what's going on, everybody? Julie Murphy here, and I'm going to give you these 7 steps to reach your financial goals. I know, right? It's only 7 steps. Can't be too hard. Don't forget, hit that notification bell, like, and subscribe button. Why? Because I'm going to help you get to a life that you absolutely love. Over the last 25 years of being a financial planner, I've learned a couple things along the way. I've written a couple books. Yeah, you got the big one up there, and Emotion Behind Money. And I am super stoked that I actually just finished my 3rd book, and it's going to be out soon. So stay tuned. If you go to juliemurphy.com, you'll be the first one to know. Get on my email list because I am super stoked. And these 7 steps are so easy on one level, but so deep on another level. Because I guarantee you, it's never the approach you have ever mapped out to getting to your financial goals. Why? Because usually we're skipping the first 3 to 4 steps before we decide to implement whatever, open up this account, buy these stocks, open up this savings account, blah, 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 blah. Whatever those things are, we tend to actually forget the first few steps. And why is that developed? Well, my opinion is the fact that it's developed because in the financial planning world and in the world of stockbrokers and bankers and insurance companies, the objective has always really been about what product can I sell you? And then that becomes how you reach your goals. I cannot tell you how many people I've run into that have bought a financial product through the years. And I ask them, why did you buy it? They're like, I don't know. That's what they sold to me. Anyone else feel like that out there? Comment below, because I would love to hear from you guys. What's your why behind what you've done? Let's create this collective community to really get you to where it is that you want to be. And I'm here to help because it's time for a lot of people to start living a life that they absolutely love. So, okay, let's get down to these 7 goals. Ready? So the first step that I want you to take to get to your goals is 1, I need you to find that compelling reason for change. And when I say that, you might go, Jewel, what in the heck are you talking about? Your compelling reason to change is actually to dream the new dream. Now, not so easy when I'm sitting there going, Jewel, just dream the new dream. Well, I have it in both of my books. I talk about where we have different aspects of the new dream, right? I talk about, I'm going to show you this. So I'm going to show you this real quick. So it's at the top of the book here where you're looking at your financial life, your work life, your family life, and your personal life. But it's all about living your life from a place of your heart and your soul. And dream the new dream. This is the first step in reaching your financial goals. And you're sitting there going, Joel, I don't necessarily have some time to sit there and map that all out. You know what? If you're married, you're in a partnership, go have a financial date night. Go brainstorm. I have a worksheet. If you guys want the worksheet, happy to send it to you. Or get my book. If you go to awakenyourwealthbook.com, I'm giving away the book for free. Why? Because I want to collaborate with you. I'll do the printing, and I paid for the creation of the book. You guys just pay for your shipping. And let's manifest this together. And I've got all these questions that I've learned over these 25 plus years of how to provoke you to get into how to dream this new dream. But I want you to take the time to splice it out in terms of, what do I desire in my work life? What do I desire in my personal life? Travel, this, that, and the other thing. Health-wise, what do I want my body to look like? And your family life, you have to take all aspects of your world and start to drill down. Why? And you know what? Just do the one that's the easiest first. I think that's one of the biggest challenges, is that we feel like it's too daunting. I find that over the years, addressing your work life tends to be a little bit easier, but then we address the work life, but we forget to add the financial component into your work life. Meaning, What do you want to manifest for your next raise and your next bonus and your next whichever? Because if you don't set a goal for that dream of what that outcome is, you're never going to achieve it. Because put it to paper, have it, put it on a sticky note on your computer, put it on the refrigerator. I had one person put, she wanted a $110,000 income. So I just had her put in her cubicle at work, 110. And she goes, I can't put that up there. I go, why do they need to know that it's in dollars and cents? You don't have to tell them what the 110 for is. You just say, it just means something to me. It's a special number to me. And I would also encourage you, while you're mapping out these dreams, particularly for financials, make sure you put the plus symbol, because you might be dreaming too small. I find that most people do, because they're kind of protecting themselves from being disappointed when they don't actually get it. And then what you do is you actually then manifest small. This is the whole challenge. So I need you to, number one, the first step is to dream the new dream. And I don't even care if it means that you're flipping your life upside down. Detach from how it's all going to show up. I need you just to first dream the dream. Step number two, I need you to accept exactly the financial reality that you've created. You might have created a financial reality that half your money went out the door in divorce, or you're working for this employer and you're working way too many hours and you're never getting the pay raises that you deserve. And then they bring somebody else in and they're making more money than you and they brought them in from the outside. Or you could have went somewhere else to work, but the pay would have been way better, but you chose to stay where you're at because that's where you were comfortable. Whatever that reality is that you've already created for yourself, could also be all those envelopes that you don't open when they come in the mail. It could be credit card debt. It could be card debt. You have to open up and just accept the fact that I created all the debt lines that I have. I created the income levels that I'm at. I've created, and you may go, Jewel, you might be smoking something, but guess what? I need you to understand that you have a financial life that you have because it matches your insides. Your outside world only reflects the worthiness of what's going on in the inside. So I need you just to accept the fact that this is what it is. Now, why is that important? Acceptance actually releases you off the hook. Think of acceptance almost like forgiveness. All right. When you forgive somebody for something, it's not about the other person. It's about shifting it inside of you. So when you accept the fact that you've created this reality, whether it's in your money, your relationships, your work life, whatever, when you accept it, you let go of any of the attachments inside, the judgment, the shame, the blame, the guilt, whatever it is, you release it, and that creates space for the new to come in. This is why acceptance is one of the biggest components of your stepping stool of the 7 steps to get you to your financial goals. Number 3, I need you to wake up. It's like, wake up to your wealth. Wake up, meaning I need authentic you to come out and play, just like you were when you were a child. So often we get into our careers, we get into this, and we forget about living today. And we forget about what's going to get you to high vibe, high happiness today. I don't care what pile you're sitting in. I have 11 brothers and sisters. We grew up in a 3-bedroom split level house with 1.5 bathrooms. Thank God there were only 4 girls, because the girls got to shower in the morning, the boys had to shower at night, because we had 1 bathtub. But we were happy. We had a really good childhood. Now, on the outside of the world, it may have looked like, oh my God, there's all these kids shoved in the house and they don't have the newest shoes. And they don't have this, they don't have that. But guess what? We had everything. Why? Because there was freedom in the fact that we didn't have to show up at anything than what life actually was. We didn't get hung up in the materialism. We didn't get hung up in the not having enough. We just had what we had and we didn't know any different. And guess what? There were people that came to our house in droves when we were children. So when you were a child, what is it that made you giggle? When you laid on the sidewalk and you looked up at the clouds, what did you want to manifest? What did you want to see? What made you giggle? Like, we have to wake that little girl or little boy back up again because you're way too serious these days. And it's time for you to find your inner child again. It's time for you to wake that soul up, because here's the thing. If we don't willingly do it, and I talk about this in my first book, The Emotion Behind Money, I talk about it. 50% of my male clients between 55 and 60 years old developed cancer around their hip area. And I was like, how in the heck can that many men develop cancer around the hip area? Colon cancer, prostate cancer, you name it. What the common thread was, every single one of them lost their job not by their choice. So I started asking, well, how is that the case? And at the time, I was doing a lot of work with Deepak Chopra. And he says, and I quote this in my book, that a cancer cell develops because that cell has lost its sense of purpose. So I started asking, how did these guys lose their sense of purpose? They forgot about themselves along the way. They were great providers of their family. They fiscally took care of everything, but they left their own heart and soul on the sidelines to do that. And we can't do that anymore. So you either call in the crisis of your life, like cancer, a health crisis, or a relationship crisis, or a financial crisis, when we don't tune in to what is authentically us today. It doesn't matter what you've created thus far. We already accepted what you've already created. Now it's about waking you back up. That is step number 3 to hitting your financial goals. A little out of the box, I get it. I'm having you dream first, then you need to accept your reality, and now I want you to wake up your authentic, true self and be exactly who you are in the world. In everything that you think, speak, and feel, be you, because the world needs you now. Now, step number 4 is the fact that we need to decide to change. We need to choose to change. We have to do things. We have to prepare ourselves and start to say, okay, I'm going to start stepping in this other direction because my life was kind of going over here, but now I need to step over here. And what does that have to do with your finances? Money is energy, and more will show up to support you when you are in alignment with your heart and your soul. It happens every time. Your energy, money's energy, and we have to tap into that beautiful heart of yours. So it's time to choose to change. Start to step into some pieces, which actually leads us to number 5, and that's taking action. This is where my industry actually starts their financial goal setting process. Let's take action. Let's get you into an insurance product. Let's get you into an investment product. And let's get you then to exactly where we think you should be, as opposed to where you should think you should be. Because it's really not about everybody else. It's about you. And when I ask people, why do you have the financial products that you have? The answer I get all the time is, I'm not sure. It's just what the person told me, or the person in the cubicle next to me. And it's like, come on, let's understand our why. So you may have fiscally made all the right choices in the past, but your why yesterday may not be your why today. So it's time to take a look at it. And we need to start taking practical action steps to actually start to have your financial products that are in place actually support what you want to create. I call these financial intentions. What are your intentions? What are your whys? This is where you're getting clear to have not only even your cash flows. Like, I love online savings accounts, because online savings accounts, and there's a bunch of different companies that do them, you can name your financial intention, whether it's a new car, a new boat, or my real estate taxes. You can use them for practical things. You can use them for goal setting things. Love those. Those are all short term. But there's also intentions behind, well, what intention is this bucket in your medium term? And what's the intention for this bucket in your long term? And understand your why behind each one. So then you're matching your goals to your actual intentions, right? I mean, you can think about that specifically like, okay, well, this is college funding, so college funding is going to be for this. But what kind of college funding? What support are you going to give your kids? If you want to give support to your kids, or do you want to help them build a financial muscle and you're doing some and they're doing some? It's about making it customized to you. And you can even do that with your asset allocation. Support the companies that you want to grow in society as opposed to the ones that you're not really happy with, that you're not really sure if you can make a rate of return on anything else because it's just that you want high rate of return and not necessarily something that feeds your heart and soul. You could do either, you could do both, you could do a combo, or it's okay. But it's about having your intentions push it all forward. Number 6, I need you to actually create a supportive group. Whether that supportive group is hiring a financial planner, that could be something to do. You could join like group coaching like mine. You could have a friend group that you need support on. But remember, don't surround yourself with a support system to hit your financial goals with people that, if you're trying to get out of credit card debt, don't have people talk to in your supportive group of people who have debt. You want to get into a supportive group of people who are doing it better than you, that are already at the places that you want to go financially, not ones that are at the current place, because you're going to get a mixed bag of results. Okay. Number 7 is, this is an easy one, but not so easy. Rinse and repeat. Why would I say that? Because the process that I walk clients through, and you could go to awakenyourwealthbook.com. I am giving my book away for free. Just pay for your shipping. And I have a workbook to go with it if you want it, and coursework. But I want you to keep going through the process of dreaming the dream to a deeper level. Accepting the reality of when it didn't work out so perfect, like it's okay. Remove that shame, blame, guilt, and judgment. Wake yourself up even more, because remember, it's like peeling an onion. You're not going to get all the layers at the same time. And you got to choose to change, take practical action, have your action be funded by your intentions, and make sure maybe you outgrow the group that's supporting you. Maybe you need a different group now. This is why number 7 is so important. Repeat, rinse, and repeat. Rinse and repeat. Why? Because you keep expanding and growing, getting yourself to a life that you love. So please go to juliemurphy.com, get on my email list. I send blogs out to help support you. We've got my book funnels. So wherever you're at, I've got a tool to help you to get you to a life that you love. Hit that subscribe, like, and notification bell. Why? Because I'm going to help you get to a life that you absolutely love, because you know what? You deserve it. And until you believe that you deserve it, I'm going to help you believe that you deserve it. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.